It's time for Michigan Fun on My Michigan TV, a weekly look at the top events in Michigan as presented by the state's leading authority on events, the Michigan Festival and Events Association. A full listing of events is available on MichiganFun.com. Michigan Fun is a production of My Michigan TV powered by Michigan Digital. Now, here's your host, President of the Michigan Festival and Events Association, Mike Sukin.
Show where we talk about the top festivals and events in the state of Michigan. I'm your host, Mike Sukamp, and summer is now officially done, and fall is here. But today, let's not forget that we still got a lot of great events coming on here in fall. So today's show, we're going to find out what's happening at the Flushing Harvest Festival, and then we're going to go to Cedar Springs for the Red Flannel Festival. But first, let's check in with Fort Michilimackinac and Mackinaw City to find out about Fort Fright. Welcome to the show, Dominic Miller. Dominic, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks so much for having me.
So Fort Fright at the Fort in Mackinaw City. What can we expect, or what can our viewers expect to participate in?
Yeah, so Fort Fright at Colonial Michilimackinac, we completely transformed that site into a world of werewolves and lutins and goblins and demons as we turn it into Fort Fright instead of Fort Michilimackinac. And it is an entirely different experience at that site. It's held at night. It's completely candle led, so there is no electric light within the fort. And it is a world of fantasy, a world of spookiness, a world of campfires and stories, and it's a family friendly event with plenty of scares, plenty of treats, plenty of things to discover. But it is an entirely new experience at Colonial Michilimackinac, and something that even if you've been to the fort, if you're a regular visitor to the fort, something worth checking out, because you're going to see Fort Michilimackinac and Mackinaw City in an entirely new way, which is it's a lot of fun for us to put on and a lot of fun to have our guests explore.
So ghosts and goblins, maybe even a witch or two. You said werewolves, ghost stories. Sounds like conjuring up all kinds of fun stuff.
Absolutely. And then the fun thing for us, we're a historic organization, so it's actually based on a book that we published back in the 1960s called Werewolves and Will-o'-the-Wisps. So we're not just, pulling these things out of thin air. All these things that we do are based on stories that were told at the fort historically by the voyageurs that were coming into the area in the 1700s. And these were stories they brought from Eastern Canada, or maybe brought from France all the way over. And they were usually, retold in a way that would tie into the location they were at. But these were just like how we go camping today, and maybe we tell a ghost story around the fire. These were stories that these voyageurs, these historic residents at Michilimackinac were telling in the 1760s and 1750s. And we're able to take those stories and turn them into something you can experience at the fort, where so they talk about werewolves quite a bit. We've added a werewolf walk. They talk about demons. We have a demon walk. We have a fortune teller that will let you tell your fortune moving forward. You have to sprinkle the salt at the door to keep the spirits away so you can get your treat. And so these are all things that are just based on things that were told here, which is something that I truly love. That it's rooted in something that we did that was told here historically. These aren't just stories that we pulled out of air to try to make it into an event. This is something a little more legit that we're doing at Fort Michilimackinac.
I love it. I think that is absolutely cool. And I'm glad that you shared that, because I was thinking, it's just going to be another haunted house type venture, but truly it's not. There's some history based to it in the historic fort right there on the shores of Lake Michigan right there. And I think that's going to be awesome. How many participants do you have as far as people working to put on the show?
So it takes 60 to 70 staff to put this thing on. A lot of it is our regular staff that it works with us throughout the year at all of our historic sites, including Fort Mackinac over here on Mackinac Island, at Mill Creek, at the Lighthouse. Our administrative staff will be out there working, and then a lot of volunteers, a lot of people giving up a weekend in October to come and to play with us a little bit to put on this huge production. The three haunted areas, the Demon Walk, the Werewolf Walk, and the haunted house that we have require a lot of staff. And we have a great cooperation with Central Michigan University and their museum programs group. They send a group of students up to us. The Mackinaw City School, they send some kids over to volunteer with us. And then people who are part of our friends group, Mackinaw Associates, they'll send volunteers to help us as well. And then former staff will come back to spend the weekend with us, wives and spouses and partners of our staff will come and participate. So it takes a lot of us to put it on. It's a lot of work for the weekend, but completely worth it when we see the experience that our guests have while they're here. We have people. We started this in 2006 or 2007, and we have guests that have come back every year since then. And so that's why we do it, and that's why it's so much fun to put on, and to be able to tweak it and add and change things around a little bit too, so it's not the same experience. And but with all that staff, all that cooperation, it's a big effort, but so worth it in the end.
That's great. That is absolutely great. My wife and I love traveling up to the Straits, Mackinaw City. So much going on there for such a small little town, and love being up there. The entire community is behind this, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a theme throughout the entire Mackinaw City area.
Absolutely. We work really well with the Chamber of Commerce and our Visitors Bureau. And there's a big pumpkin hunt going on that weekend. I think there are sidewalk sales happening in town. Everybody kind of gets into it and kind of dresses up. And then what I love too is I'll see all the business owners coming in. I'm out stationed at the Visitor Center, so I'm one of the people that sees everybody that's coming in, and I'll see all these business owners and local residents and just everybody getting into it and coming and having some fun at the fort, and something that's in their backyard they can go to all the time, but they're choosing to take that weekend to not only get involved with their business and their storefront, but then they're actually coming and they're coming into the fort as well, and they're bringing their kids, their grandkids, their friends and family, and it's wonderful to see. It's we're attracting people from all around northern Michigan, but at its core, it is a local community event, and it's so fun to see the local community come out and participate.
That's awesome. My hat's off to you guys on this. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It sounds like it's definitely something that everybody should have on their bucket list. As far as additional information for any of our viewers, how would someone find out more information about Fort Fright?
Absolutely. Head to our website, MackinawParks.com. Mackinaw is spelled with the C. So MackinawParks.com. There's a Fort Fright thing right on the front of the page. It's October 6th and 7th, Friday and Saturday, the first weekend in October, 6:30 to 9:30, last admissions at 8:30. So make sure you're getting there a little early. Purchase those tickets in advance. They'll scoot you right through the line, get you right in, and be able to start enjoying all the things that we offer out there. Get that cup of cider and some homemade toffee, and start enjoying the spooks and the scares out at Fort Fright as soon as you're able to.
That's awesome, Dominic. Thank you very much for being with us today. I think that's going to be a great event, and hopefully will be a lot of downstaters coming up there to participate in Fort Fright. Thanks.
Mike, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Wow, what a great event happening up in Mackinaw City. Next on the show, we're going to find out about the Flushing Harvest Fest. Don't go away. You don't want to miss this one.
A fresh voice can speak to you.
And open your ears and your mind
to new views and new perspectives. The call of the wild.
A crescendo of culture. Listen as a chorus of fresh voices moves you.
Taking you to greater heights.
Add your voice to the mix.
And let Fresh answer back with perfect harmony and pure mission.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is from the Flushing Harvest Fest. Welcome to the show, Flushing Chamber Executive Director, Leslie Foreman. Hey, Les.
Hi, Mike.
Harvest Fest, downtown Flushing, Michigan. This event's been going on for a little bit of time, and it's always a favorite within the community. Tell us about what people can expect coming to the to Flushing this year.
So just like any other year, it is our largest crafter and vendor event that we line Main Street with in Flushing. But along Main Street, you will find all things fall, not just our crafters and vendors that are going to be selling fall items, among many other things, but we'll also have scarecrows that will line the streets, window displays from our local businesses. And they all entered those as part of a contest, but it's also just to really get that harvest feel in downtown Flushing.
Okay, so there's going to be face painting. You guys got hay wagons this year?
No hay wagons. We're going to have face painting. We'll have henna, art tattoo, pony rides, lots of different food truck vendors down in Riverview Park. We'll have goat yoga as well. So you don't have to do the yoga, but you can definitely go down and visit the goats if you want to see them. And then we'll just, like I said, we have just tons of different crafters and vendors that are going to line Main Street as well.
Pie contest, pie eating contest, pie baking contest.
Yep. So our pie baking contest will be taking place again this year. There's still time to enter that if anyone's interested. And then on Main Street, if your kiddos are down there and they want to enter the different age groups for our pie eating contest, that will be an option for them as well. We always get a really good turnout for that. So one of the other contests that you're going to see is beard and mullet contests. So if you think you have an award-winning beard or mullet, you can enter right there on Main Street and try to win that top prize.
Obviously, I'm not going to be entering the beard or the mullet contest. So that's passed, but I've seen some of the beards, and there's some great pictures of some of the contestants from years past. It's a hoot. The pie baking contest has always been interesting because it's, mom or the wife that makes the pie requires that the parents or the husband, whatever, must outbid everybody else. And of course, it becomes a contest to see how high you can get them to go. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great fundraiser. Pie eating contest. Oh my gosh. Pie all over the place. Those kids should have the fire department there or the hose to hose the kids down afterwards.
I know. The biggest deterrent we always face are the bees, but it's never stopped our kiddos from getting in there and just really putting their faces in those pies. And it does make for such a fun event as well. And then we also have our diaper derby, which is also great for our much younger group of children that attend. And that'll be earlier in the morning. So hopefully pre-nap time. And they get to crawl across our mats and see who wins and gets to the end the fastest.
That's gotta be giggles and grins, just absolute giggles and grins watching that.
It absolutely is. That's what's so great about Harvest Fest. It is definitely an event for of all ages.
And it's held right downtown on Main Street. The merchants all participate in that also, so it's great. It's a great opportunity to check out what's going on in town. Maybe even get a little sneak peek at some of the nice items for that big holiday coming up just around the corner. And that's just awesome. Any entertainment going on this year as far as any musicians? Oh, there's the cheerleaders.
Yeah, so
Dance.
of course we'll have our cheerleaders for the Flushing Youth Tackle Football and Cheer Group. They'll be down on Main Street all throughout the day. We have the full timeline in our brochure in regards to everything that's going to be taking place. We'll have a couple different karate demonstrations that'll be happening on Main Street. I know last year they did some board breaking, which was really cool, and I know they're excited to bring that back again this year. And then we'll also have Judy School of Dance dancers out there on Main Street as well this year.
Awesome. Got a good group of volunteers, I'm assuming?
Yes. We have a fantastic group of volunteers. That's something the past years we've kind of struggled with. I think all organizations have, but this year it is really booming and people are stepping up and really wanting to get involved. So it's an exciting time for us in Flushing, for sure.
It's great to hear that. And I've heard that from a number of festivals and events that they've experienced a lot of volunteer help, which is key. You know, it's whenever you have a community event, it's a community event, which means the community has to work to put it on. I'm glad to see that you guys are getting the same response from volunteers as other organizations. So you guys must be doing something right. And my hat's off to you. Harvest Fest is all, as someone who lived in the Flushing area and was a member of the Chamber of Commerce, I always look forward to Harvest Fest. It was a very fun, rewarding event. A lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're very, very excited about it, and it keeps growing every year. So only up and up from here.
Awesome. So Leslie, for anyone that's looking at making plans, where's the best resources for them to find out more information about Flushing Harvest Fest?
Absolutely. So they can visit our website. It's flushingchamber.com and click on the event page for Harvest Fest. They can also find the event on Facebook. We have quite a few followers of that event already, and all of the information in regards to updates to the event are posted there. And it's a great time. It's going to be October 7th from 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. on the 100 and 200 block of Main Street, also leading into our park. And we're excited to see everybody.
Thanks, Leslie. Appreciate it. You guys are going to have another great event. I'm predicting sunshine and temperatures in the low 70s.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, coming up next, you don't want to go away, because what's coming up next, we're going to go to Cedar Springs to learn about the Red Flannel Festival. Don't go away. Welcome back to Michigan Fun, where we take a look at the top events in the state of Michigan. Right now, we're going to be going to the Cedar Spring Red Flannel Festival, and we're going to be talking to the president, Nancy Diamond. Damn. I knew I was going to struggle with it. I practice it and practice it and practice it, and then it's just me. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It gets pronounced many different ways, but yeah, just think of like a diamond ring. That's how it's pronounced.
Very good. Very good. So Nancy, what can everybody expect coming to Cedar Springs?
Oh, wow. We just have so many events. So our festival really kind of kicks off today. Tonight we have our Prince and Princess contest. So that's kindergartners. And they sell tickets, and we put their name in a jar, and a ticket gets pulled out, and they get to be the Prince and Princess. So that kind of kicks off our whole festival, the start of it. This weekend, September 30th, we have our 5 and 10K run, our Kids Day event, and our bed races. And then later that evening, we have our Queen and Court competition pageant, scholarship pageant at the Springs Church. So that's this weekend. And then our main event is always the first Saturday in October. So this year it's October 7th. And on Friday night, October 6th, we kick it off with a fireman's parade. And we also have our Grand Lodge. The carnival will be open too on Friday night. And then Saturday, we have the carnival. We have a pie eating contest, our big event, which is our parade. We have our Grand Lodge. With the parade this year, the Scottville Clown Band is coming back. And they will play right after the Grand Parade in our Grand Lodge. So we're excited to have them back again. And it's a full day of fun and events.
That's awesome. I'm looking at those pictures, and I see that you are in full red flannel mode today.
Oh yeah, I have more red than anybody.
I love it. I love it. For those that may not be familiar with Cedar Springs, where are you located?
So we are, most people know where Grand Rapids is or Rockford. Mm-hmm. So we are about 30 miles north of Grand Rapids, about 10 miles north of Rockford on 131. And you just get off the highway, make a right or left, and head towards downtown.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So I think you hit just about everything. I didn't realize that my fault. I should have done some more research. I didn't realize that you guys were actually going for 2 weekends. It's amazing that usually fall events aren't that robust, and I'm happy to see that you guys got a lot going on, including the car show. Did I saw some tractors?
Yeah, so we have our car show has just exploded over the last couple of years. Of course, we've had great weather, which is always helpful, but we also moved our car show downtown. It used to be in one of the parking lots outside of town, but we really felt like it was such an important event that we wanted to bring it back downtown. So they line our Main Street. Luckily, they work together and they are off that Main Street road in time for the parade. Many of them get in line for the parade, and we get to see them all over again. That is one of our really big events. Then, of course, we also have the Lumberjack show coming, and they are from Mackinaw City. They come down, and this group they're just awesome. If you've never seen them and you're up in Mackinaw during the summer, you should stop in and see them.
Yeah, it was funny. My wife and I were driving around, and we went past a place that had a lumberjack show. There was an advertisement for one, and we took our grandchildren to the one to these guys in Traverse City. They put on a fabulous show. It is amazing the athleticism, the agility that these guys have on doing that. Is this the first time you guys had them?
No, I want to say this is our third year having them come back. So yeah, we love that we were able to get somebody within Michigan to come. And, we try to support our state and our community. Of course, like any festival that's on, we don't do anything without our sponsors. And, we have great sponsors, big and small in our area. And, they help fund all the things like having the Scottville clown band come and having the lumberjack show come. And, all that fun stuff that we get to have, we are able to do it because of our wonderful sponsors in our community.
That's awesome. Sponsors are key to any festival going on, as is your volunteers. Obviously, to put on an event like this, it takes a lot of human power to be able to get everything done, and to be able to do this for 2 weekends is absolutely amazing. Hats off to Cedar Springs and the community there for putting on this event. As I'm looking at these pictures, it looks like red is the premium color. So
absolutely. If you don't wear red, our Keystone Cops will find you and they will put you in jail. There you go.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Right on cue. Our producer is spot on all the time. And there's the rest of the crew. So definitely make sure that you're wearing red flannel to Cedar Springs for the Red Flannel Festival. Nancy, I appreciate you being with us today. This is fantastic. It looks like you're going to have a great event. Looks like you're probably going to have some pretty good weather. Checking the weather for that, well, this weekend and next weekend.
Yes, we are so thankful for the weather, that's for sure.
For people that are looking at getting some additional information on this event, where would they find that?
Well, we have our list of events on our Facebook page, and then also on our website, which is redflannelfestival.org.
Gotcha. Well, Nancy, again, I appreciate you being with us today. This has been fantastic. I just thank you. And Red Flannel, that's it. That's where it's at. Red
Absolutely. Flannel. Thank you for the invite. I really enjoyed it.
All right. Take care.
You have a great rest of your day.
You too. Well, I just want to thank all of our guests. That the show's a wrap. We've had a fantastic group of people today, a lot of fun events. If you're going to Mackinaw City, you need to take care of Fort Fright. If you're going to Flushing, check out Harvest Fest. If you're going over to Cedar Springs, make sure you're wearing those red flannels, because those cops will put you in jail. To find out more information about these events or any event happening in the state of Michigan, go to michiganfun.com. I'd also like to thank our producer, Jared Clark, and the entire staff at My Michigan TV. Browsing all their full library of live and on-demand videos, go to MyTV. That's MyTV.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. We'll be right back here again next week, so get out there and have some fun. Thank you.